Sergeant America coming at you. Boom! Yes, Alien Toilet Monsters, ATM. This was, first and foremost, let's get all the bells and whistles done. Written by Carol Zara and Eric Barnett. Art and story by Eric Barnett. So, saw this thing, it was all bagged and boarded, which my store doesn't do on every book, so of course that tempts me to check on, see what the art was going to be like. It's kind of fast and fun, a little sharp in points. Also with the variation, because sometimes they go to a internet world where, you know, or like inside your head idea, and it almost is very cartoon-like. You'll see pictures also posted on my Twitter feed. That's at Sergeant America. And it was, you know, a very interesting, fun read. I mean, that was the thing. Though, let's get through this real quick with Alien Toilet Monsters. Not aliens. No toilet showed up in this one. Yes on monsters. Even the young lady you see on the cover, I'm guessing, will be in following issues. This really is a story that opens up with the idea that we see, there will be some minor spoilers. I won't try and spoil too much, though, just for people to know. I do want people to buy this. It was a good buy. So we'll just get that out of the way. So it opens up with a fox that you can see is going to eat some scorpion so that it has food for its young. Quickly it lets you know that this is not your normal Earth, and so we quickly get in the idea that there is a multiverse out there. It quickly cuts to a bar/restaurant, and the animals you see are being broadcast on a holographic image scope to everybody in the bar, restaurant, whatever. And it's been, so then these are now our main characters, not the animals, but the people in the bar. We quickly find out that there's alternate realities that people can venture back and forth to, and you know, slight variations. You know, we've seen it done well with Black Science. We've seen it done well with Rick and Morty, and this one explores it pretty well. It doesn't get too much into having to explain everything. It definitely goes off the idea that you've read or you've seen, like I mentioned, other items that, you know, cartoons, magazines, comics that explore this idea. So our characters discuss quite quickly, and then it also jumps from groups of people to groups of people, so it's also fairly world building already, and that's, I found, enjoyable in such a short time span. Not a lot of exposition. I guess they kind of make it so everybody spells it out, you know, with why is this going on? And then they say it, and, you know, I know some people don't like that. For this, I think it worked out well. You know, I'm trying to think of how to describe it too. Like I said, I read through it. It was very interesting. It was also very wordy. I will kind of get into that. So, like I mentioned, there's the internet information. So sometimes it was a little difficult, like where your eye is supposed to go. I want to flip into, this will be adult content, children. So, I mean, there's your naughty words. You can see all the mini word bubbles, blah, 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 blah. And like I said, we get into an internet part where a young lady is exploring the internet and all the things she likes. So as you can see, I mean, you know, where is your eye supposed to go? How are you supposed to read some of this? Was a little bit of a difficulty for me. I've seen this done in a couple different comic books. Some people may enjoy it, some don't. But like I said, there's sometimes either a lot of word bubbles. I mean, it wasn't really huge text. It would be like broke up into smaller parts. Or like I said, it's scattered all over the place, especially when you get to the internet stuff. You know, like some of the more of the pictures I'll show, you know, it's a lot. You quickly get into a whole bunch of characters. That is pretty good because, I mean, it makes you start caring for people right away. There is enough action with the monsters, and that's the thing. So they're not aliens. The monsters come from alternate dimensions, so I don't think I would call them an alien. It's very interesting. It also follows the film crews who film the monsters that the people at the bar watch. So it is somewhat circular with the idea of all this does tie in together. And it was, it's very colorful. I'll give you that too. The artist who did the coloring, once again, Barrett, did a great job with, like I said, sometimes I see a lot of pencil lines around the face, but it was a good job. I know who everybody is, especially with the color that he adds, the pops, make everything stand out. Sometimes, like for an independent, maybe it's too much. It's like too on. But still, in general, I mean, it was a good story. The toilet part, I think, leads to the end. Maybe some minor spoilers here. A monster, I think, gets into the water system. I think they're going to start coming out of the toilets. And then the lady we see on the cover maybe hunts them. None of that is explained. Once again, that's all pure conjecture by me. The letters page is splashback. I do like that. That was kind of a funny thing too. Like I said, the book, it can be a lot. And maybe it's just because I'm used to certain things. I'm used to this character fighting this bad guy and these few words. It's definitely, they try and explain a lot. I think it's good in the description on how you get into all of this. I definitely think it's at least the first worth the buy. Like I said, it is a $5 book for myself. It's, in a week where I think I had 5-6 books, I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was, I debated on buying this or a couple different ones. But, of course, where I work. So, where I do I gotta make sure there's no monsters behind me. It was definitely very interesting. Like I said, I'm still wrapping my head around this. I can't wait to hear other people's reviews on this. There is, like I said, the use of monsters, alternate dimensions, possibly tech, I guess. Those are the kind of things you like. A new world building. How far can this go? Yeah. I mean, there is some stuff they started with characters that you thought were simpler and then they developed levels to them. I mean, that's good. That shows at least a year run, 12 issues. I guess sales, of course, always make the difference. It'll be interesting to see, what these people decide they need to keep going. This also was Omnimorphic is the publisher, I believe. They are also making toys, so this evidently was in some cons, I guess. Got some good response from people, and so they got toys. They got plastic toys already made, bumper stickers, patches. So they're big on the PR part of it too. It'll be interesting. I mean, it's, there was also alternate covers. Let me see. Yeah, so there was 5 covers also for this brand new book. The small one with all the little people on there, that was one of the other options I had, but it was $3 more, $2 or $3 more. Of course, I'm cheap, decided not to do that. Wow. I mean, yeah, the more and more I think about the book, unless you want to spoil things, it's kind of tough to describe a whole bunch to people, but fun. Different, while not being too far out there. Like I said, it's touched on a lot of bases on things that people had already done, so yeah, good, worth a buy. Once again, like I said, it was also a bonus. It was already bagged and boarded for me, so because I'm slow on the go with that, but otherwise, fun read. Probably if you're used to a lot of words, you don't get thrown off. I mean, I'm a meathead. I like my Hulk smash. I like my simple storylines. But this is good. I mean, this made me want to see what number 2 is. So that's all you can ask for, right? Catchphrase.